I miss the water. What's up, guys? Rat here. First, before I start the video, I just want to say thank you guys all for all the support. Um, I really appreciate it. I really do. And thank you to all the people that come back to each series. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I got a lot of plans for this video. There's gonna be some automation. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy and let's get straight into the video. Okay, so in last video, as you can see, I did do a little bit of expanding. I made the smelter a little bit bigger, along with adding this crate, and it's hooked up by a wooden hopper. Someone recommended this to me in the comments of the last video, so yeah, I set that up, and thank you for the tip. I really appreciate it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do in this episode is I'm going to need... Oh, actually, I need string. Okay, so we'll do that first. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna need a clay sapling. I'm gonna need some dirt. And then if I come over to the water, you guys should remember this from the last episode. I throw some dirt in the water, and then I get mud. And now if I throw clay in here, there we go. I get the jungle sapling. And now what I could do is I could plant this here, and then, okay, yeah, just make sure it works. And I'll have this grow. I hope it's not too tall, because I want to be able to harvest the leaves. Give me a second. Okay, now that I have these jungle saplings, I'm pretty sure I used these at the start of the series. Yeah, right here, the drying racks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just set up a little wall right here for now. I'm gonna line up all the drying racks. I really didn't need this many. I'm pretty sure I only need 3 actually. And then, yeah, see, look the progress at the top. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna transform the jungle saplings into vines, I'm pretty sure. Which is what I need for the next step. Okay, and while this is going, I'm gonna grab... Okay, I'll just use a bone. I'll turn this into bone meal because this is what we need. And then once this is done... Actually, I only think I needed one. I'm not sure. Whatever. Okay, so now that I have the vines, I have the bone meal. I believe it goes like this. There we go. And now look at this. Cottonwood sapling. You cotton be kidding me. All right. But yeah. So I'm going to farm this up for a bit. And yeah, I'll cut back to when I'm done.
Eventually.
Okay, so I finished farming it up. And basically, they don't just drop acorns and resin, but the cottonwood also drops string. So I'm going to turn this into wool. And then in one of my chests, I should already... Yeah, there we go. Poppy. Now I'm going to turn this into rose red. And then I'm going to turn that into red wool. Now we go in here. I put the red wool here. Wood like this. There we go. And look, we get the market. This little piggy. Okay. I should probably find a spot to place. You know what? Here, I'll just place it right here for now. What? What's... Oh. Yeah. And then look at this. Now I have a little market that I can trade with. And what this is it basically just lets me trade for a bunch of different seeds. Now I need to see if I can find what I need. So just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, look. This right here. Sugar cane seeds. And all it takes is 8 wheat. Which is actually really good because, well, if you couldn't tell, I kind of already have a farm set up for wheat. And that's how I get my bread here. So I'm just going to farm up some of this. Then I'm going to put it into the trading post. And then I go sugarcane. And there we go. You know, I'll just turn it all into that. Because, I mean, I already have enough food. And now I'm going to have to plant these. So I think I should... There we go. Perfect. So, yeah, I'm going to let these grow. Or, actually... I'm just grab some bone meal. Give me a second.
Later.
Okay, now that I have the bone meal, I'm just going to speed this up. And, oh, that's right. Oh, I'm going to have to wait for this to grow on its own. You can't bone meal sugarcane. Okay, well, that sucks. That's gonna have to come later on then. Hopefully, it'll grow enough. But, yeah, I'll just continue with everything else that we need to do first. And then I'll come back to this later. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to need some bricks. So I do believe okay, well, I have some clay right there. I should have some. Yeah. I already have some spare clay here, so I'm just gonna transform this into clay. And I'll smelt this down, so just give me a second. I'll let it smelt, and then I'll cut back to when it's finished. Okay, another thing that I'm gonna need is I'm gonna need some iron, so I'm just gonna plant... Yeah, I'm just gonna farm up some more iron real quick. Yeah, just give me a second. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm gonna test something that I haven't done with this yet. So I'm gonna throw all the iron amber in here, and then just wait till it finishes smelting. Okay, there we go. Look at that. I have 3 blocks, 5 ingots worth in here. And so I'm gonna move the faucet over to this side. And then if I click it, there we go. And then it's gonna fill this up. There we go. And now progress. Now look at this. There, you see that? You see what it's turning into? And then finally, 100%. And now I have a block of iron. And so I'm just gonna do this a few more times. But I already have everything I need, I'm pretty sure. Okay, and the bricks are also done, so that's good too. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need 2 sticks and it's either a chest or a crafting table. So I'm just gonna craft both, and then yeah, we'll figure out. Then I'm gonna put this here. There we go, cobblestone with sticks. I make 2 levers. I believe those go on the top and the bottom. I'm gonna put iron on the sides, and then a chest in the middle. There we go. Now look at that. A chest builder. And I'm just gonna place this down in the middle for now. And now look at this. All I need is iron, chests, oak fences, and clay. And then I should be able to make something pretty broken, which I'll show you guys once I get all the resources needed, because apparently I need 64 iron, and that's gonna take a hot second. So yeah, give me a moment. I'll come back to when I have everything ready.
6 months later.
Okay, I finally finished farming up all of the materials that I needed. It took me quite a while, but thanks to this, it really sped up the process. So I need 18 chests, which I have here, 64 iron, 64 oak fences, or I'm pretty sure you could use any fence, but I just decided to use oak because I have the most of that. Then 4 clay, and then I can also pick a color. So here, I'll pick a color that matches what I'm going to be using it for. So yeah, I'm just going to use white for this, and then if I click build, there we go. I just built a compact chest. And now here, I'm just gonna place it right here just so that you guys can like use this as a comparison. This is how much storage a double chest has, and this is how much storage a compact chest has. So I'm gonna have to adjust my settings so that you know, I can actually see the full thing. So yeah, just give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I adjusted my settings a little bit, and yeah, so this is like, it's crazy big. It's like, I don't know, maybe 3 of these combined. But yeah, this is, I plan on using these to sort out all of my problems with storage. And I also finished with the bricks here. Okay, so the screen's gonna look a little bit weird like this until I figure out how to fix these issues. Because if I don't keep everything smaller, then I kind of can't really open the full chest. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do with these bricks is here. Look at this. We take the bricks, and then I'm pretty sure it's like this, and then there we go, a bonsai pot. And now I'm just gonna I'll use iron saplings for the example. And then I'm gonna need some dirt as well. So I'll just grab the dirt. And now watch this. If I put the bonsai pot and dirt, and then I throw in an iron sapling, watch. Look, do you see that? Look at that. There's a little mini tree growing. And then watch what happens when it's fully grown. Okay, see, now it's fully grown, and now if I click it, Now, if I click it, okay, there we go. Yeah, look at that. And now it gives me a bunch of it just gives me all of the item drops that the tree would normally give me. And now that's not all though. That's not all I'm gonna be doing. If I grab some chests and then here, I'm gonna have to turn this into iron. I make a hopper. And now I put the bonsai pot, the hopper underneath, and we get a hopping bonsai. And now look at what this does. So if I put a chest underneath the hopping bonsai, then once it finishes growing, what it's gonna do is it's gonna throw the items into the chest underneath. And so what this is gonna do is this is gonna allow me to fully automate all of my resources. All of these trees that I've had to manually farm, I can just throw them into a hopping bonsai. And then it'll just farm it all on its own. And then I won't even need this area anymore. Yep, see that? See how the tree just went away and all of it's in the chest. And now, if you remember, I just made this ridiculous chest. So, I think I have quite a bit of storage. Yeah, but Marlon's kind of... Oh my gosh! Oh, that scared me. Oh. Holy. Okay, well, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this platform out a little bit more just so that I have some more space. And then I'm going to build the farm maybe there, or maybe I might build it across here and I'll just get rid of this little farm here. Okay, so I just made like a little section over here for what I'm going to be doing. So I don't really need to do anything complicated, but I am going to build, don't mind all the slabs. I was, you know how it is. I'm gonna build it like one up just so that I have like a little bit of space underneath for later on. You guys will see what I'm gonna be doing. But yeah, I'm just gonna be doing, actually, I'm gonna move it back one. Okay, like that. And now I don't, oh wait, the hopping bonsai's over here. Yeah, see, look at how many resources it already made. So I'm gonna grab this, and then I'm gonna come over here. And I'm going to place the hopping bonsai right there. And actually, I think there's something else that I'm going to do first. I'm going to grab a jungle sapling if I could find it. There we go. And I'm going to let this grow just a little. I'm going to let this grow for a while. And then you'll guys see what I'm going to do like right after. I let the trees grow for a couple minutes now. So it should be in. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Cocoa beans. And now watch what I could do with the cocoa beans. And this is surprisingly cheap. Is all you need is 4 sticks like this, cocoa beans in the middle, and look at this. Brown mulch. And now, hold on. Let me make sure I don't draw this off. Okay. Now what this is gonna do is here, look at how fast this is gonna do. Because if you read the stats, it says upgrades of bonsai growth and loot drops. Growth rate 142%. Now watch how fast this is gonna grow. Look at that. It's growing so fast already. That's actually crazy. And yeah, so I'm just gonna use this for all the trees, all the farms that I start creating. I'm probably gonna end up upgrading it in the future because I'm pretty sure there are better better soils. But for now, I'm just gonna use the brown mulch. And yeah, so I'm gonna farm up some more iron so that I can make more chests. And then I'm just gonna fully automate all of my saplings. This is probably gonna take a while, but yeah, I'll cut back to when that's finished.
6 hours later.
Okay, so I set up a little farm here. I just have clay and iron running so far because this is basically all I need to make more of these. Yeah, so because I got the clay and the iron for the chests, as well as each one gives me wooden sticks, which I need for the fences. So I basically just have a compact chest farm right here. I built two different sides. This side's gonna be for all my ores. This side's gonna be for the vanilla trees. But there are two more things that I'm gonna need, or three. I don't know, but you'll see. You'll figure it out. So for the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab some sand, which I hopefully I don't think I have enough. Okay, give me a moment. I need to get some sand. Okay, so I got my sand and I'm just smelting it down into glass. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it into bottles just like this. And then I'm gonna grab. There we go. Now I got some water bottles. Okay, now I'm gonna have to grab some water, throw it in a cauldron. I'm gonna need to, yeah, coal saplings. I'm gonna need 4 of these. You'll see why in a minute. I'm gonna throw these in here. And then there you go. Look at that. Dark oak sapling. And this is the reason why I needed 4, is because dark oak saplings won't grow with one, like, on its own. So I'll have to do this, and then there we go. Now I just gotta have this grow. Sweet. Okay, yeah, give me a moment. Okay, now what I need next is I'm gonna need 2 clay resin, 1 bone resin, and now I should be able to craft it just like this. There we go. Look at that. Lapis sapling. Blue man group achievement. Nice. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let this go right here. I'm gonna farm up a little bit of this, and then yeah, I'll cut back to when I'm ready to show you the next step. Actually, we can go to the next step right now. All I need is flint, clay, gravel. Give me a second. I don't remember. Yeah, and bone. Okay, this should be all that I need. Let me move that out the way. Now, all I need to do is I need to put bone in the corner, gravel on the sides, clay. I need a clay on the top and the bottom, so I'm just gonna grab one from this chest here. Clay on the top, and then flint in the middle. And then there you go. Look at this. Tin amber. Tin man. Nice. I'm gonna throw this in the smeltery. Oh my god. Wow, that's going really fast, actually. Yeah, you see that? Molten tin. Now, if I select this, and then I grab a birch sapling. I only have one of these, so I'll just make another one if I need to. Now, hold on. I gotta move the faucet over to this side, and then I click on it, and then look at this. I pour the tin on top of the birch sapling, and then this should give me one of the saplings that I need. There we go. It's tin this pack. Nice. Now I have a tin sapling. So yeah, I'm just gonna start setting up farms for about everything. I'll come back to when I have all the resources to continue what I was doing. But yeah.
1 hour later.
Okay, now that I have... Hold on, let me just throw some of this stuff away. Now that I have all the lapis resources that I need, I'm just gonna turn this into some lapis real quick. There we go. Now I have a lapis block, and then I could turn this into lapis lazuli. Now what I'm gonna need this, I'm gonna grab the lapis. I'm gonna need sand. I'm gonna need iron. And then I'm also going to need petrified. Oh, I didn't mean to throw that. Yeah, now if I put it in... Hold on, I don't remember the pattern. Give me a second. Okay, so if I put the petrified in the corners, and then I'm pretty sure I could put these in whatever order. There we go, look at this. Now I get lead amber. And now I could just throw this in here, smelt it down, turn it into molten lead. Okay, there you go. See, look at that. Now I have molten lead. Now I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to grab the dark oak saplings, put it here, and then click the faucet, pour it over the lead, or not over the lead. What am I talking about? Over the dark oak sapling. And then that will give me a lead sapling. Lead Zeppelin. All right. Okay, so now all that's really left is I'm gonna set up a farm for the lead and the tin, if I can find where I put it. Oh, right there. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I'm gonna set up farms for the lead and tin, and then I'll cut back to after that. I'll show you guys what my next step is.
2 hours later.
Okay, now that I farmed up a bit of sugarcane, it's not a lot, but it should be enough. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm using this for. So what I'm gonna do is, let me just take this iron out. I'm gonna put some iron like this, and then look, it makes iron bars. Now, if I surround a chest with iron bars, we get a filing cabinet. And now we take the sugarcane, we make some paper, and then we do this. Then we make filing folders. And now what I can do is I can replace these because this is much, much cheaper. I can replace the chests, which don't worry, I'm still going to be using the chests, just in a different way, okay? Now I'm going to put the filing cabinet there. I'm going to open it, and then I don't... Wait, there's nothing in there yet. And then I'm going to put folders in it. Okay, hold on. Wait, I think I know how this works. So I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna do... Yeah, there we go. And now I have a filing folder, lead acorn. And then I should be able to just do this with each block that I'm gonna get. Oh, 14. Wait, there we go. Wait, look. There we go. See, look at the top. And now it's getting more. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. And then I can just throw wood into one of it. And then saplings, and then sticks. And now if I throw all of these in here, now look at the top. And it's just going to keep farming all of that. And if I am correct, I'm pretty sure that each one of these folders holds 1 million items. So, yeah, I'm not going to have to... I'm not going to have to worry about these filling up. So I'm going to build a bunch of these. I'm going to replace all my chests with them. And the only problem is that I don't know how you're supposed to get the items out of it. So I'm just going to use hoppers to filter them out. But yeah, you guys are going to see something a little bit different that I'm going to be using for this. Okay, so this is what I needed the tin and the lead for. So I'm going to turn this into... I just realized I don't have any lead resin, and I can't get the lead resin out of here either. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Okay, now that I have enough lead resin, I'm going to turn this into lead amber, and I believe I only need 1 ingot. So I'm going to smelt this down into the lead ingot. Now I'm going to get... I need the tin. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab some tin. I should only need 2, I believe. So I'm going to turn these into 2 tin ambers, and I'm missing 1 tin resin. Okay, I got the resin. Now I have 2 tin ambers. So I'm going to smelt down these tin ambers, and then I'll show you what I'm making right after I'm finished with this. Okay, now the tin is done. I'm pretty sure it's tin on each side and then a lead in the middle. And look at this. Usage item transfer pipe. And now I have item duct. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using these to transfer the items from the chest, or not from the chest, from the filing cabinet into the chest. But I'm also going to need one more thing, so just give me 1 second while I make this. Okay, yeah, so what I'm going to need is I'm going to need 2 iron resin. I'm going to need 1 petrified resin. I'm going to need a red dye, which I should have. Yeah, I still got the flowers. And then I'm going to need a coal sapling. And now if I bring it over to the crafting table, turn that into the red dye, coal sapling, iron on each side, and a resin in the middle. There we go. Now we get the redstone sapling. It's electric. And so I'm just going to set up a small farm here so I can start farming up redstone. And then I'll show you what I'm going to use this for right after. Okay, I have 9 redstone. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I could turn it into blocks. So I'm going to turn that into a block. Then I'm going to turn this into redstone. And now I'm going to need some iron, oh, wait, perfect. There we go. We're going to need some iron. I'm going to turn some of these into iron nuggets because that's what I'm going to need. I'm pretty sure it's iron on each side like this. With a redstone and a glass. Which I think I have a spare glass somewhere. Yeah, there we go. I have some spare glass. And glass. Other way around. There we go. And now I have servos. Extracts items or fluids. And now I'm going to... Here, I'll use it on... Oh, gosh. Oh, this is going to be a mess. Okay, you know, it's okay. Ugh! Okay, that's rough. At least the chest is over here instead. So now I'm going to just throw that here. Yeah, so I'm going to make some folders for the iron resources. Okay, there we go. So I finished cleaning up the big iron mess that I made. I'm going to have to go underneath to show you guys how this works. Actually, you know what? No, this should be fine. Now I'm gonna put this here, and then if I put a item duck there, and then I grab a servo and I place it there. And I go in here, then I go ignored. Oh wait, okay, so I go to whitelist, and then I'm gonna need to well actually gonna need some iron stuff, which I should hopefully have some in here. Yeah, iron resin and acorns. And I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna whitelist the iron resin and the acorn, and then it should, there we go. See, I whitelist it. And now it's going to start pulling out iron acorns and resin, hopefully. I was kind of hoping it was going to pull out both at the same time. Okay, so it does work. Yeah, so this chest is going to fill with just iron acorns and iron resin. So I'm just going to do this so that it's, organized. I'll go to the top if I need acorns, then I'll go to the bottom if I need resin. That should be half, I think. But yeah, so this is how the system's going to work. It's going to... Basically, it's gonna come from the filing cabinet, and then it's gonna go down into this chest. And yeah, that should work just fine, I think. Okay, yeah, so I got this set up, so I'm just going to set this up for everything else, and then I'll come back to when that's finished. Okay, so I sort of maybe underestimated how long this was gonna take me. This just doing these already took like an hour. So yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna end the video. The farms are pretty good. I've got them set up. I'm gonna finish doing the rest of them in between episodes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe so I know you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.